Hello and welcome to this channel. This session today is for those moments when the day is over, when everything is quiet and yet the mind keeps working. My name is Nicolas Gauthier. I'm a coach and hypnotherapist, and I work with people who function at a high level, but whose nervous system tends to stay on alert, especially at night. So you can listen to this session at any time of your day, but this session is particularly intended to help you fall asleep. Now choose a place where you feel safe and are unlikely to be disturbed. And please don't listen while driving or operating machinery. And if at any point you feel overwhelmed, simply stop and return your attention to your surroundings. This session is not about forcing sleep or trying to quiet the mind. Its purpose is to create the conditions where nothing is required and the system can begin to settle on its own. There is nothing to achieve here, nothing to control, nothing to do correctly. You remain fully in charge of your experience. You can follow my voice, let your thoughts wander, or drift in and out of sleep. So when you're ready, we can begin. You don't have to do anything right now. Nothing is required of you in the next few minutes. And if some part of you is already waiting for an instruction, that's okay. That part of you is very good at its job. It's been doing that job for a long time. This isn't a session where you need to perform. You don't need to relax in any particular way. You don't need to clear your mind. You don't need to follow every word. If your thoughts wander, that's fine. If you drift in and out, that's fine. If you feel nothing unusual at all, that's also fine. And I want to say something directly before we go any further. The part of your mind that runs at night, the part that reviews, recalculates, reconstructs, that part is not broken. It's not a malfunction. It's a feature of a certain kind of mind. A mind that doesn't stop processing when the external world goes quiet. A mind that is thorough, that notices things, that holds complexity without dropping it. The problem isn't that your mind is doing something wrong. The problem is simply that it doesn't always know when the workday is over. It keeps the lights on. It keeps monitoring, scanning for anything that might still need attention. So tonight, or whenever it is for you, we're not going to fight that. We're not going to force anything down. We're simply going to make it possible, just possible, for the system to notice that nothing urgent is waiting. No emergency. No unfinished calculation that needs solving tonight. And if sleep comes, good. And if it doesn't, that's still okay. Even lying here, body horizontal, eyes closed or closing, the nervous system is already doing something useful. You don't have to earn rest. You're already in it. So let's start where you are, not where you should be, where you actually are. There's a surface underneath you. Something is holding your weight right now. You don't have to acknowledge that in any special way. Just notice that it's already happening. You're being held. You haven't been falling. The surface has been doing its job this entire time. Your body has a weight, not the kind you think about, just physical mass. Gravity working on it constantly. And right now, that weight is fully supported. Nothing is required to hold yourself up. And there may be sounds around you, near ones or distant ones. You don't need to identify them. They don't need names right now. They can simply be texture, not information. Just presence. Your breath is doing something right now, without your input, without your management. You didn't decide to take the last one. It simply occurred. And you can notice that breath, or let it continue in the background. Either way, it will keep going. Nothing about breathing requires your supervision. There are probably some thoughts still moving. That's expected. For some minds, they get louder when the day's distractions fall away. So if your thoughts are present, they're not a problem. They're just still running. Like an application you haven't closed yet. Not urgent, not harmful, just open. And you don't have to close them. You don't have to engage or argue or set them aside. They can simply be there. Background processing. Your body has been awake for a number of hours. Longer than it would prefer, probably. Your nervous system has been working, regulating temperature, monitoring, processing the data of the day. That system is allowed to slow now, not forced, not commanded, just allowed. The way a machine slows when it's no longer being asked to do anything. Not broken, not shut down, just reduced. running at minimum. Your hands, wherever they are, they don't need to do anything. They can stop anticipating. Your jaw, which has probably been holding something all day, it can soften, not a command, just a possibility. The muscles around your eyes, they've been working. They can stop translating the world for a while. There's a particular quality that comes sometimes at the edge of sleep, where a thought appears and then doesn't quite complete itself. Something you were almost thinking dissolves before it forms. That's not failure. It's the mind releasing a function it doesn't need right now. You don't have to reach for that. It tends to appear on its own. When nothing is urgent, when the system detects no remaining demand, the mind has been carrying a great deal, not just today, over time, holding decisions that haven't resolved, holding questions without answers yet, conversations that haven't happened. It doesn't have to set those down. It can simply not carry them actively for a while. They'll still be there. They don't expire overnight. Whatever needs your attention tomorrow will still be available tomorrow. The room you're in, it has temperature. The air is simply there, not demanding anything. The darkness behind your eyes, or the light, whatever is there, it isn't asking you to solve it. The body knows what horizontal means. It's happened before, many thousands of times. The body remembers how to sleep, even when the mind is skeptical. Even when you've had nights that didn't go well, the body has not forgotten. You don't need to monitor this process. Checking interrupts it, so you can stop checking. Not by effort, just by noticing there's nothing to report. The status is nothing urgent. Whatever happened today, it's stored. Your mind already filed it. Even the things that felt unresolved, they've been registered. You don't need to review them again to make sure they'll still be there. They are. Whatever needs to happen tomorrow is not happening yet. The window for tomorrow's problems doesn't open until tomorrow. This moment has no ask in it, no outcome required. You can simply be here without producing anything from it. Your breathing has probably slowed without instruction. The body knows what to do when nothing is demanded of it. The weight of your limbs already given over. Your thoughts, whatever they're doing, they don't need a response. There's something in the gap between thoughts, a brief interval where nothing is being processed. You've been in those gaps many times. You just didn't notice them. The next thought arrived so quickly. You don't need to widen them, but you might, from time to time, notice one, a space between sounds. And then the next thought comes, or it doesn't. Either is fine. The day is genuinely over, not metaphorically, factually. The hours have passed. Whatever was on the list, some completed, some not. That's how days work. Nothing on that list requires action tonight. You can let the system reduce. The mind keeps moving for a while sometimes, and then, without deciding, it simply doesn't. Not because it was told to, because the conditions were finally there. Nothing urgent. Body horizontal. Darkness. Nothing left. Those conditions are present now. Some thoughts, less complete than before. A sentence starts. Doesn't quite finish. Something you were almost worrying about, gone before it arrived. That's the processing load reducing. Nothing is required of you now. The monitoring can rest. The planning. The reviewing. You've done enough today, not as a consolation, as a fact. What you carried was real. The attention was real. And that part is complete now. Temperature dropping slightly. Heart rate settling. Breath flow. Some part of you still listening, that's fine. It doesn't have to turn off. It can simply watch without urgency. You can drift and return and drift again, each time further. Nothing is happening that needs your attention. The night is quiet, or it isn't. Still, nothing in it is asking anything. The body, already in parts, nothing to monitor. Whatever you were thinking about, it can wait. Already resting, whether or not it feels like sleep, already somewhere closed. The thoughts, if they're still here, slower now or not. The words becoming background, the way sound becomes. Nothing left to figure out. No task remaining. the mind already still. Nothing already